Last time on Dice Funk.
The 5 quarrymen begin to move towards you in the street. I heard it was you who brought these people in here.
Rinaldo's a hero. He let everyone in the city.
Oh my god, Anne.
One of them takes a swing at you, Leon.
Oh wow. Okay, let's do this. No, not the handsome.
Jayne turned into a dog.
That guy who's trying to kill me, I'm gonna rip his arm off with a bite.
You straight up bite his arm off at the joint.
Nice!
One's got a crushed skull, 2 of them are missing arms, and then the last one is still smoking slightly as he lays face down in the dust.
Jayne, why are you keeping that arm?
Souvenir.
Your pack is now kind of unpleasantly damp.
I use the hostage as a saddle.
I'm going to melt your face off unless you tell me why.
I don't remember.
Bro, your quarry sounds evil.
Tell me about your day after you got up this morning.
Walked to the quarry, started work.
And then you don't remember after that.
I guess we'll find out next time!
So, programming notes. Jess has a new microphone.
Yep.
How does she sound to you guys? Sound good?
Good. Very good.
Cool.
Yay!
Yay! So yeah, we got Jess a new microphone. That's cool. It's everybody who's been supporting the show really helped with that. We got new art coming up. I put those in the chat. Get the show up on iTunes, and then I'll pay for hosting for that. So things are in progress. Things are coming along good, or well. Proper grammar is important, kids. Did anybody else have any programming notes before we start?
The only programming note I have is thank you for the new microphone.
I mean, don't thank me. Thank everybody who supported the show. Patreon.com/Saucy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Everybody who supports the show. Yay!
Awesome.
I, for one, would like to pay homage to our new overlords.
Okay, what the hell does Twilight themed mean?
I think that was a joke. That was a joke.
Thank the gods, because I swear to God, if I have to bury like sexy, sparkly vampires that aren't sexy, I'm going to be a very, very upset direwolf.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. We've already got a werewolf, so I was thinking that we could have a vampire bite Anne and have Anne sparkle in the sunlight, and then, like, you know, the two of you could fight over the beautiful and charismatic Rinaldo.
I just let Anne have him because honestly, I find him not sexually appealing at all.
Yeah, but if he pulls one of those winks on you, you're just, like, you won't be able to help yourself.
In case anyone's wondering what we're talking about and why, I just watched all 5 Twilight films in a row
you
today.
Stupid person.
It actually was very beneficial for my show. I got a lot of new Twitter followers out of it, and it is promoting the Twilight episode, which will be coming out next week. So catch it. I spoiler, I didn't like them. So
I think that's a pretty safe spoiler.
Yeah, I have so much to say though, but I'll save it for the episode.
I am surprised at you, Leon.
Yeah. I will say one good thing about it. I probably wouldn't even add this to the episode. I am pleased that it launched the career of Robert Pattinson, who I actually quite like, but just not in these movies at all.
Oh my god, he's so good in Cosmopolis.
I haven't seen that one yet, but I want to. I want to see that one.
It's on Netflix.
Next.
Do it.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
I'd love to talk about Twilight, guys. How much time do you have?
No. Let's jump in. It's like 11.
I actually
11
do have
o'clock.
to open the store in the morning, so if we could like jump on the session, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
One more thing before Johnny gets into his spiel. I want to play a little game with you guys. It's called Is It Smarter Than Anne? Because I have here the monster manual for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition.
You cannot do that while I'm drinking.
And I've been looking through it. So I'm going to just name some things. You tell me if you think it's smarter than Anne, the halfling cleric that I play.
What's your intelligence?
Anne's intelligence is 3.
That's what I thought it was. Okay.
The lowest possible with the system we rolled. All right. How about a goat? Just a goat. Regular old goat.
Are we really playing this right now?
Yeah, just a
Are we talking like an average goat, or are we talking like a goat that's had some form of post-secondary education?
No, this is a regular ass goat.
A regular ass goat.
Is a goat's intelligence like? Is this intelligence like a broad spectrum, or is it just like the intelligence of animals is a different level of intelligence?
Yeah, different animals have different intelligence stats.
That's
I'm gonna say the goat is smarter than Anne.
I gotta say, yeah, the goat's probably smarter.
me too, because that's the only way this would be funny.
Only because I've met some very naturally crafty goats during my experiences as a dungeon master.
See, I didn't want to jump right into the funniest ones. Goats have an intelligence of 2. So
it's close.
Anne is smarter than a goat. All right.
But it's pretty comparable.
An average goat.
Okay, next one. Ape. Just a regular old ape.
I assume that an ape is smarter than a goat.
Definitely smarter.
I like how you guys didn't even take the bait of thinking Anne was had any chance against any of these. Yeah. Not only is an ape smarter than Anne, it has an intelligence of 6, so it's twice as smart as her. Literally.
Oh my god, this is the greatest game.
Okay, here's another one.
All right.
The crawling claw. It's literally just a severed zombie hand. Just a hand.
I want to say that it either is equal intelligence or it has an intelligence of 2.
I'm going to say it has an intelligence of 4.
I'm not optimistic that it's smarter than Anne.
It has an intelligence of 5.
Oh,
What?
Okay. I was closest without going
The
over.
severed zombie hand is much smarter than Anne.
Okay.
Well, I guess if we're talking like the Evil Dead 2 severed hand,
Yeah.
yeah,
It can communicate.
like that makes sense.
I mean, I could play this game forever. I don't want to hold us up too much, but I just think this is funny.
Do one more. Just do one more, because that's funny as hell.
How about a bloodhawk, which is kind of like a very violent bird?
Definitely smarter.
I say not as. I say exactly the same amount.
If it were a regular hawk, I'd be a little more suspicious, but I think a blood hawk is smarter.
Do you? It has an intelligence of 3. That's how smart Anne
I
is.
I got it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so good
Wow,
at this.
you're really good at this game.
Yeah, if this were The Price is Right, I would immediately win. That's how that works. Anyway, so let's do the thing. The quest.
Let's do the thing.
Whatever.
Like, we haven't even introduced each other yet this
Oh
episode.
yeah, we suck at this.
Hey everybody, welcome to Dice Funk, Austin Yorsky's show about Dungeons and Dragons, and about people playing Dungeons and Dragons, but...
Are you foisting the responsibility off on me? Is that what this is?
No, I mean, like, it's...
The blame.
I'm just
It's
saying
the
it was
blame.
your idea. We're all, like, this is like a collective art piece altogether, so it's kind of like... Art by commission. It's like that big mosaic that took the city, 5 years to do, and they're like, yay, but they don't know who to thank and, who's responsible for it, because it was, a whole committee who was, it's Dungeons & Dragons by committee, basically, is what
This
I'm
is
trying
a
to say.
very elaborate explanation.
I prefer to think of it more like we're all complicit in this.
You guys are my
Like it's a-
accomplices.
Right.
God.
So it's like Murder on the Orient Express or something?
Spoilers.
We're all...
Oh my god, you spoiled the whole thing. So Johnny, what do you do on this show?
I, Leon, am the dungeon master, which
Oh.
means that I master dungeons and then use these dungeons that I have tamed in ways to amuse and entice young players into false senses of security before I murder them relentlessly.
We're so bad at this. Come on.
I play, hi, I'm Leon. I play Rinaldo, a level 2 now human fighter.
Jess?
I'm Jess.
Did you forget?
No, I just didn't feel like thinking for a second.
We've all been there.
This
Oh, yeah.
is okay, so my name's Jess and I play a beleaguered no, that's Anne. Oh my god. Okay.
You want to be Anne this session?
No, god, no. I don't want to butt squeeze Leon. Come on.
Alright.
Oh.
I play Jayne, the amazingly awesome rips guys' arms off and puts their bloody stumps in her backpack druid human thing, who transforms into werewolves apparently. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now.
I'm Austin Yarsky. I play Anne, everyone's favorite halfling cleric. Johnny, last we met, we had just mutilated some dudes in the town square, and I believe Jayne was interrogating the last survivor who Leon had attempted to use as a saddle.
So, as we last left our heroes, the last remaining survivor of the Stone Root Massacre
Sorry, I am responsible for 2 of those.
I would say it's a stone root self-defense.
You guys drew steel first.
No, first of all,
It could have been a fist fight.
It could have been a fist fight, but they started it. It doesn't matter that it escalated. I escalated it first. I didn't throw the first punch.
All I know is that there are 4 dead bodies in the street, and not one of them engaged in fatal violence, in lethal violence, until one of you made a decision.
Okay, first of all, you can die from a punch. And I don't just mean like in the game. I mean there's such thing as punching someone and it could actually kill you.
That's how Houdini died.
That you can, that's literally a thing. So,
and also there were no witnesses. I made double sure I tried to call the guards. No one.
The point I'm trying to make is that if anyone even tickles me, I'm going to cut their head off because why risk it?
I'm simply, I'm only saying that at this point in time there are 4 dead bodies with no weapons in the street.
2 of them are missing arms.
They had
2
stuff.
of them are missing arms.
Yes, they are. They had picks and they swung. They never hit us with any of them.
They had work tools. True. And I'm sure that when those people, when those bodies are found, that whoever it is that finds them are going to see that obviously it was 3 people just struggling for their lives against a vicious gang.
Yeah,
of
3 on 5
citizens.
Are we aware of any like roving gangs of bandits in the area and what their gang sign might be?
No, you're new to the town. You know very little about the area at all.
I was hoping to like spray paint the ground and like pass this off as someone else doing it. But...
Well, that would be a great idea if spray paint was a thing in Dungeons and Dragons.
Look, all right, let's just do the thing because I'm going to go off on a thing and just let's get into the quest.
Do not turn this into word funk. You have your own damn podcast.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right, so. The last remaining survivor, Daffyd, responds to that last question that no, he doesn't remember anything else. He remembers getting up in the morning, saying goodbye to his wife, going to work, and that's the last thing he remembers clearly.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at Rinaldo and I'm gonna say, "Well, fearless leader, what should we do?" Sarcasm.
Well, obviously, we go to the town and we go to this boarding school. I mean, isn't that the most obvious thing we need to do right now? I mean, the hell with this guy.
Okay, really? This guy doesn't remember trying to, attack us with tools. Like,
well, what am I supposed to do? Like, throw water in his face until he remembers? I mean, he's useless to us at this point.
Can I say in the background while Rinaldo and Jayne are arguing, Anne is going to say a prayer for the dead. She was really hyped up about seeing a puppy and she liked petting it, but now the reality of what happened is setting in. She's covered in blood. Jayne's covered in blood. Rinaldo's face is punched in. So as a cleric, she's going to do some rites for the dead back there and offer some prayer.
I would like to think that the bruises on Rinaldo's face just make him sexier, like when Tyrion Lannister got that scar.
Okay, were we talking TV Lannister or book Lannister? Because book Lannister...
Definitely TV Lannister.
Okay, because I was going to say half your face would be missing if it was...
Yeah, that's not fair. All right, I'm trying to encourage my compatriots that we need to go to the town.
We got to go to the Pickmans.
Yes, we need to go to Pickmans.
Okay, let's go. Before we leave, I'm going to cast Command on the last guy. Okay. Can you save against 12, Johnny?
Are we making him a zombie?
No, I'm going to tell him to go turn himself in.
Oh, that's less exciting.
He crushed it.
Yeah, he crushed it.
All right.
Although he still is rather confused. Like, he's just, he's sort of babbling in the street. He's obviously very affected by the fact that, a bunch of his dead friends are sort of lying around and that he doesn't exactly remember what the hell was going on.
Do you want to give him disadvantage on that, maybe?
Even disadvantage on that? I mean, that's a crit, Austin.
Well, disadvantage, you take the lowest, so it would be irrelevant.
So, again, then?
I mean, it's up to you. I'm just saying he stays confused.
I love that we're arguing over the dice. It's like a number.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Then at disadvantage, he sort of, nods his head.
Command allows me to issue a one-word command that is suicidal, and they have to carry it out. So I'm just going to tell them, I'm going to say, confess. Is that good? What do you guys think? Tell him to go? Do go tell him what happened? What's a one word?
Wouldn't that make him confess to us?
No, to the guards. Well, can you give me a word? Anne isn't smart.
Well, neither am I. So, and I don't mean the character.
Surrender. Or how about?
I feel like he has surrendered.
Not to us, though. Yeah. Help me, Jayne. Anne is so dumb.
My intelligence is not much better. My wisdom is fucking great, but my intelligence is fucking terrible. I think surrender would work, because that kind of gives the connotation that they have to go to authority.
Yeah, what do you think, Johnny? You want to make an executive decision on this? Does that...
Hey, I'm not going to give you advice. You guys make your own goddamn decisions, and then you live with the consequences.
That's what he does. It's like asking the umpire for help.
Do you think you could call me safe on this one?
I'm gonna say confess and point to just, I guess, the big house we came from, because that's the guy who I think leads the town and doesn't understand the difference between guards and nobles.
Close enough.
So
he blurts out very loudly, "I just woke up in a pool of my friend's blood."
All right.
You cocked it up, Anne.
I did. All right. And Anne's like, Pixman time, and she has tiny legs, and she was excited about riding the horse. And now that she has to walk, she's less excited. She's going to scramble up onto Rinaldo's back and piggyback the whole way.
I'm okay with this.
Piggyback!
Alright, I'm going to look at Rinaldo, and I'm going to go, okay, go to Pikmin, but first we got to find some place to friggin' spend the night. That's not here.
Okay, well, I guess along the road, maybe we can make camp.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go.
Alright, we head there. And apparently, Jayne has the map, so we know where we're going.
All right. You guys travel to the city gates, as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, that night has fallen now.
Okay.
So you make your way to the city gates. You arrive, and the gates are closed up for the night. But the guards on staff approach you and ask, "What's your business here?"
Jayne, you want to take this?
Oh, the great Rinaldo needs help. Whoa.
Well, look, I just feel like,
Rinaldo has our highest charisma, so he should do most of the, or at least
you're right.
He should start it. Jayne can save him.
Okay.
When he fucks it up.
Oh, well, this shouldn't be a big deal. So I tell them, we are just leaving town for a little bit. We have important business, and we will return shortly. I don't see why that should be a big deal. I mean, we're not bashing down the gates. We're just walking out.
The guard looks at you a little incredulously, kind of raises his eyebrows and says, "Whatever you want, traveler." And makes a motion to the guard standing over by the sort of pedestrian entrance, who unhitches a lock, 2 locks, a 3rd lock, opens the door and gestures outside. As in this, obviously florid kind of motion, as though he's sarcastically implying that you're some kind of royalty.
Thank you.
Enjoy yourselves out there, he says. Sure isn't very dangerous at all.
I feel like we're gonna get eaten by vampires.
It's okay, I'm a werewolf. It'll be fine.
You have to take a rest before you can wolf again, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Okay, whoa. Rinaldo, before we go...
Yeah.
What exactly is out there? I look at the guard who's gesturing like we're nobles or whatever.
Is this a new friend?
He says, "Do I look like I've been out there and came back to tell the tale?"
Okay, do you know of any rumors of what's out there, maybe?
"I don't place much stock in rumors," he says.
Well, that's very helpful. Where's your nearest inn?
You're probably going to have trouble finding accommodations at an inn, he says. "We had an influx of refugees earlier today. A lot of the inns have donated a lot of their lodgings to the groups."
You are worthless. I say that out loud, by the way. Okay,
He kind of puts his back up and motions a little harder to the door and says, "Are you gonna go?"
Yeah, so I can get away from you. And then I motion for us to go. And that's it.
Bye, new friend.
I look at the garden and I go, I apologize profusely for him. I'm not really friends with him. I just kind of travel with him because he's apparently pretty or something. And then I walk out.
Sorry, when you say you go, which way are you going?
We're going out the door, and I'm basically following Jayne's map.
All right. As soon as you guys get out the door, it shuts and you hear 3 locks bolt behind you and a guard laugh. Kind of not viciously, but sort of like unpleasant.
Not to sandbag any of this, but did the guards not notice we were covered in blood?
It's dark.
It was dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assumed that's how we were getting away with this. I didn't want to say anything.
I know.
So. All right. Okay. Well, I have no problem carrying Anne because, like, super strength.
Anne plays a little drum beat on your head, on your little hat.
That's fine.
Boop, boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, boop, ba-doop, boop, 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 ba-doop.
I feel like at this point, Ronaldo is just sort of used to this and, like, doesn't flip out about it. Oh, before I leave, I shout a really rude gesture to the guards. Like really ugly. And then we go.
More laughing.
You should yell something like a slur in a language he doesn't understand.
No, I want him to know how much I hate him.
Oh, okay. That won't come back and bite us in the ass later.
Tough. I can't wait to come back and then smack them.
Can we make nature checks to find a camp?
Yep.
I just want to point out, and I'm going to look at Ronaldo and I'm going to say, I just want to point out that I could have been a fucking horse right now.
Yep.
Well, but I'm sorry, but that's going to crush, it's going to damage Ronaldo's testicles.
Wow.
And Ronaldo.
Does Anne say that out loud?
Yes.
I start laughing because Anne is just hilarious to me right now.
Wow, I'm a boy. She's just making faces.
Okay. So how do we roll for nature?
Every check is D20 in relevant modifiers.
Artificial 20
Nailed it.
bitches.
Crushed it.
We must find like the best camp.
The safest camp.
Yeah.
I should specify.
Yeah.
High ground. Maybe
There's a lot of really rough ground outside the city. It's a heavy rocky area, so there's not a lot of like flat areas to camp, and places that are flat are kind of dominated by brambles and pretty hostile plants, like lots of vinage, lots of undergrowth and things like that. You guys don't really find anything tremendously satisfactory that isn't pretty much visible from just about all angles.
Well, we don't have much choice.
Yeah, at some point we need to sleep. Otherwise, like, we're going to be spent. Shouldn't we take watches so that, like, monsters don't eat us?
Yeah, because I have to take a long rest in order to replenish my wild shape anyway.
Well, I think shape is any rest. I wrote it on your sheet. Yeah. You get two per rest. Any rest.
I love that there's rules for sleep.
Okay. I mean, if you want to, I'm gonna look at Ronaldo and I go, honestly, I think we will have a better chance in the morning, but it's up to you.
I'll take first watch. I'm not sleepy yet.
Ronaldo goes ahead and takes first watch, and you can spell me.
Okay. You get a 1 to your next check. I assume that's going to be perception to see if you see anything during your watch.
Oh, okay. I do this.
I assume it's up to Johnny. That's what I would.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yes.
You get.
Oh yes.
Oh, it's not good at all.
I would really hope you. Oh my god, you're terrible at this.
I'm terrible at pressing a button.
If we get at least 1 hour before we get jumped, though, we should heal.
Oh no. This is for something else. This is
That's good.
Oh god, there's so many dice
that's
happening
helpful.
right now. No,
Okay, so sorry. What kind of rest were you guys doing?
We're trying a long one.
You're trying a long one, but you're taking watches.
Yeah.
And does the long one get divided up into hour-long rests?
No. I'm just saying if we get interrupted during it, we'll at least get a short rest. If we make it an hour. You feel?
Yeah, I know, but like that's what I'm saying is that it's like I don't you have to have the whole rest to get your hit points back?
The full 8, yeah.
Yeah, but you're saying if you make it an hour,
We'll get short rest benefits.
No, we're saying that if we make it 1 hour, it would be a short rest, and if we went over that it would qualify as a long rest.
Yeah.
From the player's handbook, a short rest is a period of downtime at least 1 hour long. So if we make it an hour long, we get the benefits of a short rest. And the long rest is a period of extended downtime.
Okay,
At least
all right,
8 hours.
I see. Right.
We don't,
so
we don't
you're
know
not.
we don't know if we're getting jumped yet, so we don't know.
Oh, so yeah, and standing watch counts as light activity, which isn't against it. So Ronaldo would get his bonuses.
Yeah, gets the short rest. Okay,
Okay.
all right. Yeah,
And
Ronaldo, you see nothing.
Cool.
Everything seems to be going just fine.
Okay. Everything seems okay. Well, that's good.
So we make it.
You make it through Leon's watch.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, well, in that case, then I poke Anne in the forehead and say, "Wake up! It's your turn."
All right. I have a pretty good perception, I think. Yeah, I have +2. So my turn to roll 18.
Nice.
All right, Austin, you see nothing.
Anna's rock stupid, but she's very wise. She notices, she takes in a lot of information. She just doesn't know what to do with it once she gets it.
Like she's a savant.
She's the Rainwoman.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't see anything during mine, and then I guess we're going to wake up Jayne, and she's going to take her. Actually, I mean, yeah, I can keep doing it, honestly, because my perception's really good, and she doesn't mind.
I don't think Jayne ever said she would take a watch. I think Rinaldo and
It's up to
Anne
her.
pretty much just agreed.
I mean, I never said I was going to take a watch, so if you guys want to
That's
keep
true.
going.
No, it feels like we agreed on it on our own, our characters.
Yes. And watches out for the rest.
Okay, then roll another perception check.
All right. 17.
As you're, just sort of like meandering around the camp a little bit, picking up grass, putting it back down again, like, pulling it out and trying to replant it again and kind of wondering why it doesn't work like that. You hear a shuffling noise, kind of, maybe about 20 feet away from you or something like that. And as you look up, you see 4 gray figures standing kind of just out of sight of the campfire in a kind of a ragged and sort of jilted manner. What strikes you as really odd about 2 of the figures is that they are missing arms.
Son of a fucking bitch. Okay, first of all, we got short rest bonus at least, so can we heal everybody?
Yep. Okay, all right. So what I've got here is I've got Anne at 13, Jess at a full 16, and Leon at 12.
Yeah, I'm 12 of 18 right now.
All right. Are we ready then? You guys have had your short rest?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I wake them up when I see them. They appear to be, zombies, right? They're zombie-esque, can Anne tell?
Zombie-esque.
They're zombtacular.
Okay.
Well, let's see what your
I mean, tell me what she sees, because I got a 17 on that percept.
The figures start moving a little bit closer to the fire, and you recognize the gray, dusty clothing that they're wearing, stained with quite a little bit of blood. What strikes you as strange, though, is that even though they're moving slowly, they move with purpose and a specificity that's uncommon for any one of you that recalls reading, hearing, or learning about the way that the undead move. They look strangely different, too. You recognize the bone structure, but their skin has kind of pulled tight to their face and begun to sort of peel back from where their orifices are. So their eyes and their nostrils are a little wider, and their mouths are kind of open in this sort of ragged rictus that display some really nasty-looking teeth. And the flesh from their fingertips has kind of peeled away a little bit, and these sharp ends of their fingers poke out like spiky bones from their fingertips.
Happy Halloween! Spoopy!
They're also moving a little faster than you might feel a normal zombie would be able to.
Alright, so I assume we're gonna have to engage with these fools, because they're not gonna listen to any kind of reason.
They look hungry, too.
Yeah. Alright.
I don't think I can wink our way out of this one, guys.
I just want to, for the record, does Anne recognize them as zombies? Because she has religious training, so she's aware of undead. Is that what she recognizes them as?
They are not zombies,
Okay.
no.
Fuck. Alright. So, roll for initiative?
A roll for initiative. Ooh, Austin. Ooh.
Oh, that's also bad.
Anne notices them, tells everyone, and then just chills in the back.
All right, Jess.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Jayne might be able to save us.
Again.
Jayne can shift as a bonus action as well, so that won't even eat up her turn to direwolf it.
She can't direwolf.
She rested.
You haven't had a full rest.
You regain expended uses when you finish a short or long rest.
Oh, okay,
I
excellent.
love it also just has the book.
That's really good. that's really, really good.
Yeah, because otherwise we'd be fucking boned.
Yeah, I have the Player's Handbook, the Dungeon Master's Guide, and the Monster Manual. Thanks, patrons. Gosh, we would be fucking boned if we did not have Jayne here.
Is that gonna be the theme of like every fucking episode? Thank God Jayne's here, or we'd be boned.
Here's the thing, druids are broken at level 2 and level 20.
Yeah.
Specifically because your wild shapes do not level up. That direwolf is always going to be that direwolf, while enemies are going to get harder.
Oh no, okay, just quick side note though. If you know nothing about the wild shape in 5th edition, when I level up, shit's gonna get awesome. Like, you think direwolves are awesome? Just wait till some of the other shit on this list.
She does get cool shit, but yeah, it only seems like that's the best class right now. It's just a weird wonk in the balance. But anyway, sorry, Johnny.
That's all right. While you are warning, and everybody's, while you warn and people are sort of like, getting up and acclimatizing to the situation right now, one of them approaches you at a good speed, Austin, and attempts to bite you.
Oh shit.
Actually, I'm going to use my warding flare, which forces disadvantage on enemy attacks. It's a cleric feature I have. I can use it equal to my level, so I can use it twice.
And is that a free action?
Yes, it's a reaction.
Okay.
So
okay.
Roll twice,
right,
take the lower.
Roll twice, take the lower. Okay. And you are, what's your AC again?
18.
Okay. So, goes for a bite, misses pretty terribly, just catches air,
Botch.
You sort of hear that, like, maybe it chips a tooth or something like that, but it seems really unconcerned. Alright, Jess.
Okay. I'm gonna direwolf this shit.
Alright.
What's the closest one to me?
Attack the one that's attacking me, because then you'll get pack tactics.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay. Plus...
Which is it's an advantage.
Oh, that's
Oh my
beautiful.
god. I know it's not my turn, but even though I'm not moving, is my character able to say something to Jayne as this is happening, or is that, like, not okay?
Talking is a free action.
Talking is a free action.
I scream, I don't trust this meat. Don't eat our enemy. Don't swallow.
I kind of just, like, I just kind of, like, not acknowledge him at all.
I know that sounds like a joke. I'm genuinely serious about that. So, that's what Rinaldo says, and you go.
For the record, I didn't swallow the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Still.
Well, I'm a direwolf right now, so you can't even fucking hear me, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Alright, so that is a hit, of course. Jess, roll for damage.
And they have to make a DC 13 strength save or be knocked prone.
Whoops.
Terrible fail.
Oh my god.
Alright, so you you basically come in at the first one. You catch him in the, like, upper thigh, we'll say, with your teeth, and sort of, like, pull it off to the side, which messes his stance up, and he kind of, like, his legs go in two different directions, and he sort of falls on his back.
Sounds good.
Alright, his friend then decides to take a shot at you. He takes a swipe at you with his bony, sharp hands. Ooh, he comes within an inch of you. Yeah, but you just sort of, like, as your head kind of, like, pulls the hip out of the way, he goes to reach for your throat, and your head just dodges, like, ever so deftly out of the way of the strike. His friend also tries to take a hit at you. He strikes you. Oh, that's not right at all.
Oh my god.
I really hope that's not right.
No. You take 8 damage.
Okay.
What are your hit points as a dire wolf?
37.
37, okay.
She's fine. It's like a scratch.
Now you have to make a Constitution saving throw on DC 10.
Okay, so wait, hold on. So I took 8. Is that how that works?
Yeah, you take 8 damage.
And then I do
you
a
need to make
Constitution.
on a difficulty of 10.
Oh, okay, so what happens?
You're paralyzed for a minute.
Okay.
Sorry, what?
I just rolled the dice accidentally, my bad.
But at the end of your next turn, you can re-roll to save again.
I really want to use that one, but I know I can't.
All right. So the fourth one also decides to go for you. Because you've obviously, one of them, the one that went for your throat, missed, of course. This one kind of manages to get around to the side of you and kind of digs its claws, if you will, right into your haunches, and it kind of weakens your back legs a little bit, and you sort of go into a kind of a half squat position and kind of get a little disoriented, and suddenly your flesh goes really cold and you find it very difficult to move. Meanwhile, his friend decides to take a swipe at you as well.
Okay.
And it's 14, you said, right? Is your AC?
Yeah.
He misses miserably. It almost kind of looks like he's doing a kind of thing. As if like, oh, saucy. Rinaldo,
Leon has the best laugh, just so you know.
Rinaldo, you recognize that move, and you're sort of like, isn't that mine? Okay, Leon, it would be your turn now.
Okay. Okay. Just so I know exactly what's in front of me. You say there's 4 of these not quite zombies. I know one was attacked. They're all still standing?
One of them, the one that was damaged, is on his ass in the dirt right now.
Okay. All right. Well, let's leave him alone. Because I need to beat the guys who are still trying to come at me.
You do get advantage attacking enemies that are prone, though.
How let me put it this way. I'm looking at the one that's on the ground. Does it look like it's coming up anytime soon? I mean, or does it look like it's in the shit?
The way prone works is that on his next turn, he'll use his action to stand up.
Oh, okay. In that case, I should probably just finish him off. All right, yeah. So I do go over him, and then I try to hit him with both of my morning stars.
That's a hit. Roll for damage.
Yeah, 4.
All right. So you come down really heavy in his abdomen area with your morning star, and you hear like a palpable kind of bone crunch in his chest, but he still looks not particularly bothered by it.
Okay.
And kind of struggles in the dust a little bit to get up.
All right. Well, I have the other one, so I can also swing that one, right? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's do that and smash this dude. It's 10, but the dude is on the ground.
What bonus does prone confer again, Austin?
You get advantage on them, and they get disadvantage attacking, and they can only crawl.
Roll again, Leon.
Oh, okay.
And you're putting your bonuses into this, right?
I'm trying to.
Okay, so that really should have been a 14. Right?
Oh, you mean, so it's +4, so yeah, that's 14.
Okay, then yeah, that is also a hit.
Okay, alright, let me roll.
So roll for damage.
Roll my dealie here. Oh, jeez.
Okay, so 5 damage?
Yeah.
Alright, so you were a little bit annoyed that the first time, what you thought was like a magnificent strike to his chest that had a really satisfying crunch sound and everything, that he just sort of like was like, ugh, so you try again with just a little bit more mustard, and you hit him like right in the stomach, and it does seem to rattle him a little bit more, as much as the undead get rattled. He's still moving with some purpose, but you can tell that there's a little bit of damage going on in the rib cage now.
Okay.
Austin.
Seeing all these not quite zombies, Anne is going to raise up her teddy bear, which is her holy symbol, and she's going to channel divinity through it. She's going to call on the blessings of Avandra to do Radiance of the Dawn. So it's going to glow with the symbol of Avandra on its cute little teddy bear tummy. And everyone all hostile people within 30 feet are going to take 2d10 plus 2 on a failed saving throw and half on a successful one.
All right.
Of radiant damage if they're weak to it.
I do not believe they are.
All right. And the spell save is 12.
Okay. All right. So that's 4 saving against 12. And what bonus does that confer? Is that a willpower or wisdom?
Yeah, that's a wisdom save.
All right, so 2 of them take the damage, and it was 2d10. Why don't you go ahead and roll that?
2d10 plus 2, and the other take half.
The other take half. Okay. All right.
Want me to roll that a bunch there?
Yep. Give me 4 rolls of 2d10. And are we rounding up or down? I don't know what the 5th edition rules are.
Down.
Okay, so the first one and last one did not save. So the first one takes a full 17 damage. This is the one on the ground. And basically it incinerates. The light comes on and you just see like its flesh sort of peel away to reveal, slightly fresh looking skeleton, but still a little pockmarked and kind of like, it doesn't look like a healthy skeleton, but it doesn't look like one that's been, sitting underground or in a dungeon or has mold growing on it or something. And it just sort of shrivels up against the light and disappears completely. The second one did make a save, so takes 7 damage, and the third one also made a save, and another 14, also takes 7 damage. And then the last one did not save and takes a full 10 damage. The ones that did save, kind of, protect their eyes against the light. You can see that there's sort of bells ringing up in the brain. Like they're reacting as if they're kind of aware of their circumstances. But obviously still really unable to communicate in any way that you guys would consider to be speech. It's mostly just grunts and kind of like low noises. So Jess, that means that that's the end of our first round. So Jess, you get to make another saving throw, DC 10 Constitution.
11.
Congratulations, you were no longer paralyzed.
Where's the motherfucker who paralyzed me?
Well, your turn's over. That's at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lame as fuck. All right, whatever.
That's it. So the next 2. Well, the first one is still going after you, Jess.
Awesome.
So goes to attack. Your 14 was your AC again, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Misses completely. Just sort of. This was the one that was going through your throat. He tries to grab your head by the fur as you're, sort of slowly coming to movement, but you manage to sort of rebuff his hand with your snout and kind of knock his grip away as he's trying to slash at you with the other one, and it offsets his strike. The other one also goes for your haunches again and misses as well. You kind of manage to maneuver out of the way and sort of right yourself so that you're properly on guard against the 2 of them. The last one, Austin, is very displeased by what you just tried and takes a shot at you.
I'm going to use my second warding flare, so disadvantage on the attack. I'm all out of everything now, guys. I'm out of spells, I'm out of warding flare, and I'm out of channel divinity.
We've still got Rinaldo.
Okay. It looks as though...
Yeah, 12 is going to miss.
Very barely.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, you get a whiff. You get a good rotten smell as that hand comes really close to your face. Just this ugly, rich, kind of sweet, decaying sort of fruit smell. It's absolutely, utterly repulsive. And Leon, it's your turn now.
Okay, I have a crazy idea, and apparently talking it can never count as my turn. I can just talk how much I want. Yeah. How about I apologize for murdering them?
I mean, do it. You roleplay it.
Yeah, I say, we are so sorry about what happened before. We did not mean to kill you. If you spare us, we will bring you back to life.
Hey, do you want your arm back?
We can absolutely do that. We are genuinely terribly sorry. Things got way out of hand and escalated far too quickly. It's just, one punch can kill you. And when it came at me, I lost it a little bit, and I'm just terribly, terribly sorry.
they all sort of, not quite in unison, but sort of like leading to a crescendo, start to let out this really uneasy noise that sounds like a really loud scream down a long hallway from very far away.
Oh my god.
So it's like the invasion of the Body Snatchers sound.
Not quite. I mean, imagine as if, like, you know, someone was talking right at you, but it sounded as though they were standing, like, you know, 500 feet away or something like that, screaming at the top of their lungs.
Shit just got cosmic. Okay.
Remember, Rinaldo has action surge, so you can take 2 attack actions on a turn, once per rest, which is 4 weapon attacks.
Johnny, do I interpret this sound as saying, okay, we'll back off now, or do I interpret this sound as they're about to mutilate me?
They still look really hungry.
Okay, I have to kill them then. I'm sorry. I tried to be diplomatic about this. I tried to be diplomatic about it the first time, and then they swung at me. So, alright,
These guys are just trolling Rinaldo now.
They're just fucking assholes. So, alright. So, the one that was hurt the most, I go after him first.
Okay, all right. You single out the one that looks as though it's dealing with the most damage at this point in time.
That's not good at all. Luckily, I have 2 weapons, and I can apparently go twice, so that's good.
Yeah, that's a miss. That's a miss. That's not even really worth dignifying like a description.
No, I understand. You didn't even
it looked like you wanted to attack, but then suddenly you were like, "Oh my god,
did I leave the stove on?
Did I leave the oven on?"
All right, let me try that again.
13?
Yeah,
that's a hit.
Okay, so all right, so I know my damage now, and it is a 1d6 plus 2. Rebuff my apology, will you? Yeah.
So that was 3 damage.
Shit's about to get real.
So your Morning Star, it like less than an actual blow that strikes against it. It's more like the most abrasive edge of the ball on the end, just kind of like grazes off like a hunk of skin. You know, like just this nice, like, little, you know, slightly bigger than a billiard ball kind of sized welt of skin that just kind of comes, like, flubbing off of it.
You flubbed him.
Did I scare him? Did I put the fear of God in him?
No,
okay.
no.
All right.
He looks a little bit disgusted by it.
Okay, well, you know what? I can apparently go twice, so I'm using it this round, and I'm going to try to kill this guy again with 2 more D20 plus 4 things.
All right.
So I swing again. Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, that's a hit.
Yeah, all right.
So you hit pretty squarely. You know, like you come in kind of low and hit sort of like, you know, in sort of like the knee area, thinking that, you know, haha, the knees, right?
Yeah.
And you hear a pretty satisfying crack, but he doesn't budge an inch.
All right, one more go.
You can do the thing.
14.
14's a hit.
All right. There we go.
All right.
Good
So
job.
finally, sort of like having had enough of this, you come in, like, you wind up, you come in overhand, and his head just comes right off of his neck and just sort of like hits the ground, like face up proper. And for like a brief moment after the head comes off, you still hear that really uneasy noise coming out its mouth. But the rictus kind of begins to settle a little bit, and while the skin is still pulled taut around the teeth, the mouth closes, and the faint scream sort of like slowly dies. The body collapses in a heap.
I say no one can kill Rinaldo.
Johnny, is it okay if I imagine those 4 consecutive attacks as Rinaldo just running forward while spinning them wildly, like with just like 2 pinwheels?
I prefer
Absolutely.
Johnny's version.
Just like, you know, throwing himself into it, like he's like, okay, you know, time to Don Quixote this.
Like he's just holding a boat propeller and walking forward.
It worked. Okay, I destroyed this dude.
All right, so that's the end of that round, which means Jess, it's your turn, and you are no longer paralyzed. Will our heroes survive the encounter with these mysterious shrouded figures in the darkness? Will they discover the lost 2 pages of script that Johnny wrote and is kind of really pissed off that they didn't bother checking into because he fucking wrote like an extra 1.5 pages of goddamn dialogue and set pieces, and never mind, he's not bitter about it or anything like that. Will they discover what evil force is propelling this evil force that seems to dog them? Will they make it to the Pikmin Academy? Will Austin finally get his doctorate in humanities studies? Will Leon find the love of his life? And can Jess finally get that limited edition Rolling Stones vinyl that her character has been so desperately looking for? I don't know. I guess we'll see next week.
Next time on Dice Funk.
Well, I can't really deny it, you guys. You did roll a critical 20, so you actually have managed to travel back in time and create the missing episode from last week, which is actually now canon. That's incredible. I didn't think you guys could pull it off.
Silas, get that out of your mouth.
No one can kill Rinaldo?
Well, what are we gonna do with all these bears?
I don't even know how to respond to that. Oh my god, this is the dumbest thing any of us have ever been involved in. As always, our theme song is the overclocked remix arrangement of Shadow's theme from Final Fantasy VI. Dice Funk's executive producers for October are Alicia, Jason, Joseph Timbrello, Wayne Witzke, Brent, Jorrit, Michael Goodell, Viger Arnston, Chris Hargadon, Giorgio Renna, Christopher Charlo, Cody Jackson, August Rue, and Taylor Hoyt. We appreciate all your support, although you are now accessories to these word crimes.